My secret, just do something that ain't nobody ever done before, but make it sound like something that's always been there forever.
Hello, welcome to This Filipino American Life. My name is Joe Bernardo, and I'm joined by
Ryan Carpio,
Elaine Delales,
and Mike Naila for some reason.
Yeah, Mike's on. Pew, pew, pew. We're just gonna do that instead of having a soundboard. It's easier.
I have one. I could have brought it, but I was like, I don't know if you guys want to have like the real air horn sounds and
It
these
sounds
things.
so much better coming from us.
Pew 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 pew.
So I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the last couple episodes. We're recording another mini episode here. So yeah, the last episode we had was about Filipino names, and after we published it, we got a few more suggestions, which were really good.
Yes.
Did you want to talk about some of the suggestions that we had?
I want to talk about our good friend Vera De Vera. It wasn't until the Filipino Names podcast that I realized your sister's name was Prima De Vera.
It's actually, isn't it Primavera De Vera?
Primavera. It's Primavera De Vera?
I'm not sure. I have to ask Vera.
Well,
again.
Vera, but thank you for commenting on it because it brought light to my to me with us. And thanks to Johan for commenting with that family named Jack King, Jack Ace, Jack Queen, Jack, Jacqueline Queen. That's the best.
Some card players in that family.
And for Francis for pointing out Irvin Magic Tiongson. That's the best one.
All you Laker fans out there.
Pew, pew.
What about Guns N' Roses?
Guns N' Roses was also good.
No, but you know, I saw that there's another popular artist, Joe Bataan, who has a weird Filipino name.
Joe Bataan?
Yes. So his real first name, and this is actually, he revealed this at the National Fonts Conference in New York.
Uh-huh.
His real first name is Bataan.
What?
Yeah, and he has I forgot his last name.
Is his middle name Death March?
So he was born in...
Sorry.
I think he was born in 1942, I believe.
Okay.
And if you know your history, 1942, that's when Japan invaded the Philippines and all that, Bataan. And his name was Bataan. And if he was a girl, she would his parents would have named him Corregidor.
What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And what's funny is that he's half Filipino.
Yeah.
So his father is Filipino, and his mother, I believe, is Puerto Rican, Black Puerto Rican, and he still managed to get those names.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, his daughter's name's Asia.
Oh wow!
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was on a reality TV show, like when they were looking for the new Pussycat Dolls.
Oh.
And she was one of the finalists, or she won, or something like that. And it wasn't until later that a mutual friend of ours told us, like, oh yeah, that's Joe Batan's daughter. And I was like, her name was Asia.
Wow.
What was her last name?
I forgot their last name. Let me look it up real quick.
But she was on the show. They never mentioned that he was her father.
Asia Death March.
Oh my God.
No,
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
Joe Bataan was born Bataan Nitoliano.
So her name must be Asia
Nitoliano.
Nitoliano. Yeah.
That's
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This was definitely one of our very well-received episodes. A lot of feedback. I mean, from
Thank you.
people.
Yes.
So thanks to all those who listened or gave us suggestions or laughed with us.
I like how your friends really like Rai Rai.
Now I'm getting called Yan Yan. Yeah, I'm getting texts like, yeah, I'm like, how? What? And they're, like, people were like, oh, I listened. I'm like, oh, that's right. I did talk about Yan Yan.
Wait, so what if your boss starts calling you Yan Yan?
That would be weird.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be kind of weird.
You should record him going, hi, this Filipino American Life podcast.
Oh, you know what?
Shout out to my homie Yan Yan.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, can you get that to happen? And then he could pop lock.
It's gonna. No, that's not gonna happen. Not under my watch.
So that actually brings us up to our subject for today's mini podcast or mini episode. Today's mini episode is called Hilaw Pa.
What does that mean, Joe?
It
What
means
does
it's
it
still
mean?
raw.
Oh,
It's still raw.
Still raw. So basically, Hilaw Pa is a new segment in this Filipino American life where we're going to talk about half-baked ideas that either of us have. Because I have a lot of ideas.
Joe has a lot.
So-
A lot of half-baked ideas. That's something about Joe.
Is your dream then to get these half-baked ideas, somebody to listen to it and go, that's going to be
Like-
a full-baked idea
Yes.
if I collaborate with
So
Joe?
you like trying to do like a crowd rise Shark Tank right now, where you're talking about your idea?
Look, I am not in a. I have no business background. I did not study business. That's why
It's half-baked.
it's half-baked.
Oh, I hope our friend Roland is listening.
I know.
so that
Shout out to Roland
Hi,
Navarro.
Roland.
All right.
You
give
can
us
take
an
these
example.
ideas.
All right. So last episode was called Filipino Names. And I have an idea. It's called the Filipino Name Generator.
Oh, no.
Right? So, I mean, it's not really a business idea, but you've seen, those things passed along on Facebook where
Yeah.
you said, what is your Star Wars name? What is your
what is your like elf name? Or
Yeah.
something like
You
that.
should
Or
make
a
an
reindeer
app.
name.
It should be an app.
Maybe an app or something, right?
Yeah.
So you take your real name, and then you rearrange the letters, and then they ask you, "Oh, when's your birthday?
Where were you born?
Where were you born?
Where were you conceived?
What's your favorite color?
What were your parents' names?"
Exactly.
What color is your underwear?
And then you punch it into the app, and you get boy.
All the answers are going to be boy.
Wait, so
Boy and girly.
have you figured out the formula? Like, what would your name be if you ran into this generator?
That's why it's called Hilaw Pa.
Oh my gosh. He can't come up with everything, Mike.
Somebody else needs to bake the other part of this idea.
Yeah.
You know what though? The algorithm to make it happen would probably be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like your favorite Filipino food.
Yeah.
Do you like dinuguan? What color is your underwear?
Oh man, I don't know what that kid's name's gonna be. Probably gonna end up.
What's your name? Your favorite
It's gonna be like-
basketball player?
Pentel Pen Bernardo.
I love that you said pentel pen. Oh man,
Oh my
that's
god.
so good.
Oh my god.
Colgate Carpio.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and then if you grew up like in LA, for example, you could have names like the oldest would be like Laker, and the next would be Dodger, and then
Any clipper?
King
Any
and
clipper?
Ram, and if someone
Your dog
is,
can be named Clipper.
Oh come on,
someone
come on.
and then if you really have like no other names, you could be called Clipper.
Oh come on. Whatever.
Name of last resort.
Now. All right,
As you
moving
can see,
on.
Orion is a Clipper fan.
Moving on.
Joe, Elaine, and Mike are Lakers fans. But we all love the Dodgers, so that's what's important
That's
in
good.
life.
Yeah.
That's good. Ooh, Dodger Carpio. It's gonna happen.
There you go.
That sounds like a dog.
Whatever. All right, Pentel
Like out of
Pen.
Oliver and Company or something?
Yeah, like Oliver and Company.
It's as good as a name as Pentel Pen
So if
Bernardo.
your child Dodger Carpio is gonna start wearing a top hat and like strut
I
in the
guess.
streets singing "I see you." No, I don't know the words to the song. Mike.
what is that? What song
It's
is
from
it?
Oliver and Company.
It's
It's,
a Disney
Billy
cartoon.
Joel.
Yeah.
It's Why Should I Worry? Why should I worry?
Besides, like, Filipino dogs are always Brownie and Whitey. I mean, there is no other.
Oh my God.
And maybe Rocky, but
No, my cousin had a Dachshund, and he was brown, and she was brown, and her name was Brownie. Rest in peace, Brownie.
We're going back into names, but that's all my dogs' names in the
Exactly.
Philippines: Brownie, Blackie, Whitey, Spotty. Seriously, I thought I was being clever, but I guess we were being regular.
Filipino dog name generator. 5 results.
Oh my God,
I
we
would
can do that.
I would name my dog.
One of my friends named their dog Dog. That's kind of cool.
All right,
I
so
would-
that's one idea.
Well,
Alright,
now there's two because we have Filipino dog name
Oh, dog name.
generator.
So actually, it's not my idea. It's my really good friend Nate's idea.
Hi, Nate.
He has a brilliant idea of making a Puto bread bowl. So basically, I've seen the sourdough bread
Tell me more.
bowls that they sell in San Francisco.
Yes.
You know, where it's a huge piece of bread and you put soup in it.
Yes.
So you make one out of puto, and you
Wait,
put
what is puto again?
Yeah, can you tell
sorry.
the Puto is because all our maybe
Sorry,
like
to our
couple of our Latino listeners are like,
listeners, we're not swearing at you.
puto is a dessert rice cake,
Yes.
basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And it's loafy, you know, kind of has a texture of bread. And so make a puto bread bowl and then put dinuguan in it.
That'd be awesome.
can I tell you something? When you first kind of mentioned this, I had no clue what you were talking about.
Really?
I seriously did not understand what you're talking about.
I could envision it immediately.
Well, what I thought was, Joe, people eat dinuguan with puto all the time. It's delicious.
You missed the bowl part?
I missed the bowl part.
Oh my God, Ryan.
And so now that you say this, I think this is a 75% baked idea.
75.
Yeah.
Because you would just need to like.
Wait, what was the difference between what I said before? How did it make it 75?
because one, before I didn't know it was like, you know, the sourdough bread bowl. That's the best explanation you could possibly have given.
But
I had no idea it was a bread bowl.
But then what is your
Because
your
he was-
acknowledgement of the idea make the idea 75%?
because I thought the half
were-
bakedness of
was that it was already something people do.
It's already something people do.
Uh,
Well, now you gotta just go all the way and
You
figure out a way to make
you
puto
should
in
figure
a
out
bowl.
how to do
Yeah, why
that.
didn't you make it for this podcast? We could be eating that right now.
We could be our sample.
I've never baked before in my life. So.
Is that why it's always half baked?
This is for a restaurateur entrepreneur who has
The ability to make bowls
Exactly.
out of puto.
yes. I don't
Okay, can I ask this though?
sure.
Can you
How would you
Niels?
eat it?
Just like the bread bowl.
How do you eat a bread bowl with clam chowder in it?
You
What
use
is a
spoon.
bread bowl?
So you would have a spoon, and then you would eat the dinuguan, and I guess you wouldn't fill the puto bowl to the top, so that you could tear some of the.
I could like
puto.
scrape out the sides
Yeah.
like in a
Got it.
sourdough bowl,
Okay.
you know?
Cool.
Yeah. Or take the lid part and and
Oh, yeah, the
tear
part
it
that scoop
pieces.
out and use it like as a dipper kind of thing.
This is a really good
I
idea.
really think
right?
we should do this.
Yes. Well done, Joe. So, for all you puto makers out there, figure out how to make a big ass one with a bowl capabilities.
Yeah, you can call it this Filipino American Life podcast Puto Bowl. It'd be
You
very long,
exactly.
but yes.
Do you think there are listeners out there thinking, what's dinuguan?
All 200 of our listeners.
Or 2 out of the...
Not even 200. That's like expanding.
Yeah.
So Ryan, do you want to explain what the dinuguan
I
is?
actually don't.
It's basically the offals or offals,
Offals.
offals of the pig, like
It's certainly awful.
It's not awful. It's
good.
delicious.
The intestines
And the blood.
the ears, and it's basically stewed in the pork's blood, and it's good.
And it turns into something we call chocolate.
Yes,
But it's not chocolate.
But it's not chocolate.
It is so not chocolate. Don't believe what anything that anyone tells you. It is not chocolate.
If someone's auntie says, "Oh, it's good. It's chocolate meat," it isn't. Right? It's good though. It's just not
yeah. I
chocolate
mean,
meat.
you know,
Yeah.
people say it's gross, but like there are tons of cultures out there who eat blood.
Yeah.
I think it's when they say it's gross, it's because like different regions make dinuguan differently. Like in where my parents are from, they chop up the dinuguan, like the intestine pieces, super fine. So like they're like centimeter squares. So in my head, like that's what the dinuguan's supposed to look like. But like restaurants out here are super lazy, and then you get like 1-inch chunks. And you're just like, this is very tendony.
Wow.
No, Ilocanos make it very dry. Like it's not very
Oh, it's not
soupy.
soupy?
No. Like Girly's parents, they make it very dry and actually like that.
Because you can put it in the bowl and eat it the way you want it to.
This could be really good. All right. You got anything else?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
another
There's
idea.
even more?
Yeah, I have a few other. It's actually related to food as well. So my other idea is a restaurant. So it's a restaurant that specializes in samplers.
Sample.
So
Is the restaurant called Sample?
Is it called Buffalo Wild Wings?
no, because there are so many. There are so many things in a menu that I just want to taste. You know,
Okay.
and like I don't want to gorge myself like in a buffet.
Right.
Because I always overeat in buffets. But in general, I just want a restaurant where I could taste like different things.
Okay.
So would you call it just
I would
a
call
taste?
it Just a Taste.
Oh goodness.
Oh my god, I knew it.
Just a Taste restaurant. Because,
Taste.
you know, at a party or whatever, you're picking at the food right before people get there. Like, I get scolded by my parents or by girly or something. And I'm always
You
like...
put them in the same category. By my parents or girly.
And I'm like, I just want to taste. Just to taste.
So what kind of things would you have?
I don't know. I just like the name. Just to taste.
Like half a lumpia, a piece of like loose like pig skin,
No, not just
Only a
Filipino.
little bit of
just the
frosting.
sausages from the pancit, but not the pancit itself.
The entry fee is like $6 and you get 3 toothpicks. That's kind of cool.
So it's like a buffet, but like sampler size.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
I think you just like the name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it's going to be like a tapas bar, but the name is going to be like Just a Taste, right?
Just to taste.
Yeah. All right. That's 25%. I like the bread bowl.
Yeah.
Puto in the, yeah, right now. You have any more? Because I have 0.
I don't have any either.
Oh,
Mike probably has some.
no, not at this moment.
Okay. Well, I have one. Oh, I have.
Yes, keep going.
I have one more. So this is not about food, but this.
Are you sure?
So this is actually a TV show that I've kind of conceptualized in my head,
Okay.
and it's not. I don't know what the episode would be about, but basically the whole premise is it's kind of like Freaks and Geeks. You seen that show?
Yeah.
Or Wonder Years, where it's
Yeah.
basically the young kid is the protagonist,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it's a coming of age TV show.
Okay.
But
hear you.
set 20 years
Ago.
So it'd be the 90s.
in the 90s,
Okay.
and it's basically kind of like growing up in a multicultural setting, and
Okay.
and basically like confronting the issues that kind of our contemporaries grew up with, like gangs, kind of race.
So you want to broadcast this podcast in a TV show 20 years ago. So basically all the stories we talk about.
Kind of, I guess, but it's kind of like
sitcom or is like a dramatic kind of
As a sitcom or as a single camera?
Yeah.
so. No, it would be kind of like it would be a sitcom, just like Freaks and
Like a
Geeks or
3-cam-
Wonder Years.
That's a single camera.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So single camera, yeah.
So for non-industry people, a sitcom is like usually has 3 cameras and has an audience with a laugh track, like Big Bang Theory. And then a single camera is like Wonder Years or like Fresh Off the Boat,
yeah, single
like
camera.
that.
Then.
Yeah. So there's no laugh track or anything.
So I guess it would be like kind of more of a dramatic version of Fresh Off the Boat. It doesn't have to be an Asian lead. It could be like a Latino lead. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that show on Fox called South Central?
Yeah, I
Yes.
I totally thought of that when
Lorenz
Joe was
Tate.
talking
Lorenz
about that.
Tate.
That when you were saying that, I was like, it's Lorenz. It's
You
South
guys
Central.
remember Lorenz Tate from that movie Inkwell?
So your running theme.
Why you
That was our
Lorenz
throw-
Tate.
Why-
Yeah, there's
why
like a
you
Lorenz
was
Tate reference every
that?
episode.
Is that
was
your
our-
cool?
That was our throwback from episode 1.
From episode 1.
It's the only movie that Lorenz Tate did, according to Ryan.
No, man, he also did Inkwell in the.
Menace.
That's true. But
Wait,
Inkwell,
is
though.
Inkwell the one with Jada Pinkett Smith?
Can I tell you something? I have no idea. I have no idea. No, but South Central is kind of like a, what would it call it? A dramedy?
It was a
Dramedy,
drama.
yeah.
But it did kind of talk about a lot of that stuff.
But that was actually in the 90s. So
I
it's a
know.
contemporary.
Oh, that's true.
It's a
That's right.
contemporary show. So
This
it's
is a
like-
nostalgic show.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea.
I totally was thinking like if it was a sitcom, it could be like it would be like Rock,
Oh, yeah.
but like
Oh.
set.
Rock. Oh, Rock the show.
Rock the show with the bald black guy. He was
Yeah.
a garbage guy.
Yeah.
His name is
Yeah.
Rock.
His name
Yeah.
was Rock, and then had his brother dated somebody from En Vogue
Ah.
because they were in the show for. a
Was
little
it
bit.
Don?
No, not Don. Not Don. Not the short one.
Oh, Vogue.
Not Terry.
Was it Vogue? Or
It was N.
It was N. I don't remember her name. Sorry.
But I like that thought of, well, you know, when you, because it's kind of fun, right, to talk about it that way and kind of figure out like growing up in a different kind of culture and all that.
I totally have an idea for you. So that idea is, I think, 50% baked.
Okay.
And we could persuade John Castro to write your
There you go.
your single camera dramedy.
See, the thing is, I don't want to put any work into this. These are just random ideas that I think should be out there in the world, and someone can.
So no bake then, right? Like the cheesecakes. No bake cheesecake.
No, these are ideas.
Yeah.
Right. The ideas are baked or half baked or whatever.
Yeah.
But the
execution.
the actual execution should be done by somebody else.
So Joe is like an executive producer who
With
thinks of it.
zero money.
Oh man.
What
Anything else?
other half-baked ideas?
He's looking at me for.
I don't know.
Because you said you had a lot.
Because you have usually
I do?
have-
Like what? Are you documenting these things?
Okay, I had one more food thing then.
All right.
So my other food thing would be a pupusa. If you don't know what a pupusa is, it's a Salvadorian, I guess, rice.
It's like
It's not
a
rice, it's
what's it
corn.
called?
It's a corn. It's
Is
a
it corn?
tortilla.
Corn.
With
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, sorry,
with
corn,
cheese
tortilla, and
pork.
cheese. But instead of, the filling would be sisig.
Oh,
Right. What do you think?
that sounds good.
So, but it would still be a pupusa.
Yeah.
Would the achara part, like those vegetables,
Would it
the
be actually
curtido be achara instead of
Yeah, it could be.
curtido?
It could be a mix of yeah.
Oh my God! If there are any Filipino El Salvadorians out there, can you try and make that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
god.
everybody does like a sisig taco or adobo taco.
Why not pupusa?
Pupusa, yeah.
Wow. So yes, I'm calling this podcast. This Filipino American Life is calling for sisig pupusas.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just salivated a little bit.
I know. I have an idea that Mike has half-baked idea that Mike has thought up of.
Okay.
I'm glad you remember these things, and I don't.
Okay, so Mike had this idea of having an ice cream truck on the freeway that if it's traffic, it would like roll up to like you in the car and sell you ice cream while you waited.
Wait a minute.
That is so against government regulation.
But I mean, like, okay, if you go to like the Philippines or like Europe, people like come to your car all the time when you're on the freeway because the freeways are never moving around there, and they just sell you stuff like, oh, here's some tissue paper and some cigarettes.
that happens here.
It's like ice cream,
Not on a freeway.
not on the freeway.
not on the freeway, but
Exactly.
on the streets.
No, but he's saying
No, but
like,
they're like wandering the freeways,
Yeah.
going car to car. Like, do you want to buy
Yeah.
my coconut water? It should
Yeah.
be just like,
Coconut water. It's like, you want coconut water? It's really good. What do you want? Yoga mat? I got a yoga mat.
No, I think he's actually talking about the actual,
coconut. But you would. I thought both.
totally coconut water.
You went totally hipster, dude.
I totally did. That's why I said yoga. You're talking about actual coconut.
Yes.
That would be cool, actually. And it would be cool if it was like really fresh and the dude was carrying a machete also. And just slice it right in front of you. It goes, what? You want
there
that?
you go.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That was Mike's idea.
I mean,
Well, it'll be like I mean they're not really in traffic, but what's that movie? Hangover. You know when he got all they're rushing to get back to LA from Vegas, and then the
They had
tuxedo
a stuff
company
delivery. Yeah.
So it'd be something like that, except they're not
You thought
they're
it
not
was
riding like 50 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, their ideas are there.
I can't believe I have zero ideas.
I didn't have any. That was Mike's idea.
Yeah. I don't know what else I have.
Oh, this isn't. No, mine is just like the gross food things that I do. Like it's not gross though. Like an In-N-Out with your French fries and your and like an ice cream shake. I always would dip it in French fry in the shake. If there was a food thing that sold that, that would be my idea.
like pre-dipped French fries,
or like,
or just like
it would just be a pairing of like fries,
like a
and ice cream
shake dipper
shake.
and fries.
Yes, like at Wendy's, I do that all the time with a Frosty and French fries.
Okay.
Like have that as an item menu.
It kind of sounds fully baked already. Like you're already doing it. So
But the thing is, you can only do it in buffets, or right?
No, I
you
would
know,
say
you can
I
do
would
it
make
anywhere.
I would try to make it like an actual menu item on the Wendy's menu. Frosty and fries.
So, Wendy, if you're listening,
Wendy?
This Wendy.
Wendy.
Miss Wendy, can you make a...
Frosty fries.
So it'll be the containers would be totally separate.
but like attached or something.
Like like the old school McDLT.
Yes.
McDLT.
Oh my god.
Throwback.
If anybody who like grew up in the 80s remember McDLT. Oh, my friend's father used to call McDonald's McDLT. When he was a kid, he goes, "Oh, Mark, do you want to go to McDLT? Let's go to McDLT."
Yes, I want to go to McDLT.
Do your parents call Trader Joe's Trader's Joe? Me neither. My dad calls it Trader's Joe. I think it's awesome.
I'm gonna start calling it.
I mean, how do you not call it Trader's Joe all the time now? I'm
Trader's
like,
Joe.
I don't know if he does it to be funny, but it's hilarious.
I do acronyms.
Like
TJ?
TJ?
I say TJs.
Nah, because I would think of TJ Maxx.
TJ.
TJ Maxx.
This Filipino American Life brought to you by TJ Maxx.
Not really, but
But if you're out there, TJ,
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's Max.
Trader Joe's. Traders Joe's. Traders. Wait, singular Joe?
yeah.
Multiple
Trader's
traders?
Joe. Yes.
Traders Joe.
I'm like, why is that happening? Like, how did you put the S on the
Traders
whatever,
Joe.
Dad? It's cool.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
It's like how my mom can't say Jamaica appropriately.
How does
Correctly.
she say it?
She always says Jamaica.
Like Jamaica?
Like Jamaica, but she says Jamaica.
Did you drink a lot of Jamaica?
No, I do, but she doesn't. She can't say Jamaica. I do not understand that.
I have a question.
Oh.
This is a total aside. In Redondo Beach, do they sell rice?
No, you have to bring it.
Oh, wait a minminute.
Wait, have you
There are
found?
signs. There are signs
Where?
in Redondo Beach that says you cannot bring your own pot of rice.
What? Is this new?
Wait,
not new.
hold on. Explain what Redondo Beach is to people who don't.
Oh
live in
yeah,
LA.
regional reference.
Yes.
Sorry.
So Redondo Beach is an area in Southern California where a lot of Filipinos go to eat seafood, and they also go there and bring their own pots of rice, including my family.
I always brought a pot of rice.
We always
Right.
brought it. Yeah, when
Yeah.
we were kids.
So I remember, this has been a few years, but I remember in the because there's areas where you can those communal benches.
So in Redondo Beach,
There's
the
a sign
layout
there.
is that there's a fish market, and then there are like concrete slabs and then there's tables that you go to. There's a sign in the concrete.
I remember seeing a sign that says you cannot bring
Your own
either
rice?
either your own food or your own rice. And I'm like, when the hell am I gonna get my rice? So I
that
thought,
means Filipinos have been breaking that rule for 30 years.
I agree.
I thought you were going to say you had an idea to set up a rice vendor.
Well, Mike, that's where I was getting to.
Oh my god.
Dude, one cart, a giant wok, fried rice. That's all you're gonna freaking
Right,
sell.
regular.
Regular.
Or regular, guys.
but
The beauty of this idea
Seagulls.
is that it can expand. Regular rice, fried rice, doesn't matter. There's just a little guy there like making rice.
That'd be so cool.
And then you're like, hey, you can't bring your own rice.
it's
here,
like a
but-
dim sum cart.
But then
like
nobody-
rice.
Just rice. Just bowls upon bowls of rice.
Who even follows that rule?
I don't know.
I don't think anyone does.
I kind of want to look it up and see
Can
if
we
this
do
sign exists.
this Filipino American Life at Redondo Beach?
Of course.
Mike, set that up.
I mean, you could take your rice vendor idea to like other things though, because there's like
Yeah.
a lot of events you go to where it's like non-Filipino foods. Which is like,
Right.
wow, this would be great if I had some rice on the side.
I know.
Some
No, we
plain
used to
rice
when
or,
boiling
you know.
crab was first started out.
They sell rice now though.
They do now,
Yeah.
but before we used to bring our own rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh my God,
Are you
delivery rice
serious?
service.
Wait, so you would bring rice in a Tupperware?
No, we would buy it from like the Chinese restaurant next door, and we could bring it to boiling crab. Wow. Yeah.
I have a friend who brings her own gloves instead of paying the 25 cents for gloves.
Oh, you have to pay 25 cents for gloves?
Yeah.
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, it costs money to use the gloves.
What kind of gloves?
Like just latex gloves so you don't get it all in your fingers.
See,
Yes.
that's why I don't like going to boiling crab anymore, because
Yeah.
like they have those weird rules where like you sell rice for like $5 and
It's not $5.
and then you have to pay 25 cents for gloves.
Well, I don't use gloves, so I don't care about those
You're
things.
supposed to use the rice as your glove. You know, get the rice. And just,
Yeah, exactly. And you want half baked, partially baked, fully cooked rice.
Yeah, let me think about it, and I'll come back with something.
Well, no, this will be a recurring.
Yeah, yeah, so Mike can have more.
Yeah.
But if you really want to sponsor this Filipino American Life and have us say things like this Filipino American Life brought to you by
Baked goods.
Baked Goods, email us at thisfilipinoamericanlife@gmail.com and we'll work it out because we'll take your money.
That reminds me, I have to check our email.
What?
I haven't checked it in a couple weeks.
Brought to you by emails we haven't checked.